To get to the other side. Theme music. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Reconstruction. My name is Stro Elliot for the uninitiated, and this show is basically me going crazy. No, seriously, it's a show. If you don't know, it's a show where I take you guys' comments or suggestions in the comments, and I make something creative out of whatever the suggestions are. It could be music, it could be posts, it could be stuff for movies or television, whatever. So we are here to continue that. It's been beautiful outside. Spring is officially here. Been consistent sunshine outside, and it's been great, except for the fact that I have discovered that my room is where the devil does his taxes. My apartment is fine, but my room for some reason is a hotbed where the cold air refuses to go. My room is Studio 54, and the cold air is everybody not dressed cool enough to get in. My room is the NBA, and the cold air is everyone under 5 feet. My room is the versus beat battles on IG, and the cold air is everyone who tried to get in after 10. My room is Harvard. My room is the playlist retreat.
What you want me to do? I'm sorry.
My room is first class before the virus hit. My room is Firefest. All right, that one doesn't really work. My room is hot, y'all. It doesn't help that my AC is broke in my room, and I didn't know that until now. And normally we travel a lot during the summer, so I'm not usually here in the apartment this much to know which rooms get hot and which rooms don't. So who knows how long it's gonna take them to actually come fix it, how long it's gonna take to get the fan that I ordered for the room. So if I start to look a little bit dehydrated, like I'm gonna pass out, now you know why. But on to bigger and better things. It is another week, which means that we have another suggestion that I can turn into something crazy. And I looked through a lot of the suggestions, and I even started going back and looking at some of the previous weeks to see if there was anything that I might have missed. And there's some dope stuff in there, some stuff I might still get to. But I went to this past week, and I felt like there was more than one suggestion to do Zapp. Now, anyone who's not familiar with Zapp and Roger, classic funk soul group. If you've ever heard anything made in the 90s, I mean, those Zapp claps are on anything. The whole Zapp drum kit library is pretty much 90s hip hop. So it wasn't very specific. It said that it just said Zapp. So I decided to choose a couple different Zapp tunes. One of the most iconic being his More Bounce to the Ounce. And by him, I mean Roger Troutman. Roger was the front man of the group. He had solo records. He was kind of the face of the group. He was the guy with the talk box. And at the time, it was very cool. I remember being a little kid and being fascinated by that sound and wondering how in the world robots were able to make music.
What? Excuse me?
Your robot voice sounds an awful lot like a human voice.
Give me a break. I've never been a robot before.
What do you mean? You have always been a robot.
More than anything, I thought this one would be fun to do because it reminds me of my West Coast family. Peace to all my people on the West Coast. I hope you guys are doing well. I've spoken to some of you. I haven't spoken to all of you, and I hope you guys are well and safe. And yeah, there's a part of me that will probably forever have a little West Coast, to me because of how long I lived on the West Coast. Myself and Little Redvine as well. Throw up a dub, Little Redvine. Yes, sir. It's also appropriate because the weather is nice. It reminds me of days in LA, sitting in my apartment, making music and looking out in the window and wondering why I'm not outside more often. So we're gonna have fun with this one. To raise the stakes even higher, I thought it would be dope to also use one of my favorite West Coast producers' drum kits. He put out a sample pack / drum kit. Sample pack? Drum kit? I think it's a sample pack, but it has dope drums in it. My man DJ Khalil. DJ Khalil is a legend. He's a West Coast legend. If you don't agree, we can fight. Besides knowing him from the records that he did with Eminem and the Dr. Dre's, he's just a very creative person. He's a person that I look to as a role model for really trying to hone in your sound and just continuing to be creative. He had a project called The New Royales, which was very different. His earliest work with Self Scientific and just a large library of just really dope, innovative, next level production. He kind of marries the synthetic and the organic together in a way that I really, really appreciate. So much so that there are times that I swear that it's a sample or something synthetic and it ends up being something organic or vice versa. You can't tell me that those are not kids' voices on that Kinda Like a Big Deal record, but he swears that it's like a guitar or something like that. But hey, that's what makes Khalil Khalil. So I'm excited to use his drum pack, at least some of the drums. Using somebody else's drums for a foundation is something I haven't done yet, especially for this show. I'm excited for what's in there. I haven't really, thumbed through the folder yet, so who knows what's in there, and it should be dope. So without any further ado, let's get started. I tell you what, I already love the fact that your drums are super organized. Kicks, snares, hi-hats, and all of that, Khalil. You're a real one for that one. See, kick. Woo. Eesh. Okay, hold up. Snares. Hi-hats. Listen, we will be here all day if I go through every one of these sounds. There's not like a gang of sounds, but there's enough there that it could take me a while to decipher which ones I want to use. So let me make a combination of a couple sounds that I like, put together a kit, and we'll get started there. All right. Turn down this sound a little bit. Turn you down too. See, I already love the fact that I spend a lot of time on drums. Like, drums is usually the kind of thing I spend the most time on initially. Like, it'll take me a while to get all the layering, compression, and levels and all of that stuff and EQing figured out. I love the fact that I'm not gonna have to do much to these drums. These drums already sound crazy. I'm gonna still layer some stuff on them, but not too much. And the fact that I don't have to do anything to these specific drums. I might use another snare to kind of beef up what's going on under that snare, but I'll probably use another one of his snares from his pack. That's crazy. All right, let's see what these Zapp and Roger sounds are talking about. Let me tell you something. If you lived in, listen, if you hear these kicks and these snares, if you visited LA for 2 weeks, California for 2 weeks, and you hear these kicks and these snares at any point in your life at any other time, and you don't feel something, you were never in LA. You were never in California. You were never in Southern California specifically. Woo. All right, I'm gonna try to put a live sounding kit over the top of that, just to give it add a little bit more texture to it. But you notice you hear the zap clap in there. It's not out front. I think, it's such a classic kit. It's been used to death. So there's nothing I'm gonna be able to do to make it sound any different or feel any different. So I'm just gonna kind of use it for texture wise and use the rest of the Zapp and Roger sounds as representation of something more up front. But let me do a little layering here. I wanna give it a live feel a little bit. What's happening? Okay, let's see what these Zapp and Roger sounds talk about.
Many hours later.
That was a lot of fun. I'm gonna probably edit some of that out, so we're gonna time travel. So you guys will see all of that, but I'm gonna make sense of that. Okay, there was another Zapp and Roger song I had that I pulled up. Really Doesn't Matter, name of the song. It's one of my favorites. I grew up on that. Where did I put it? Where did you go? I'm looking for the hills are alive. Ah, there it goes. cut this up? You DJs aren't gonna kill me today. I'm gonna lay this down regularly. Okay. Okay, now keys. Let me find something a little vintage. That's mad West Coast. Anytime you hear those staccato eighth notes, anytime you hear those staccato eighth notes over these kind of drums, it's West Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, my deepest apologies. Technology is great. Technology is amazing, but some days technology really lets you down. And unfortunately, this is one of them days. Somewhere in the middle of everything, it just stopped recording. Like the camera didn't stop recording. I obviously didn't stop working. Whatever QuickTime decided to do, whatever Mac product that I'm using to record the audio just stopped. It just stopped. I don't know why. And we did this twice. So listen, I mean, I could try and do it yet again. I feel like it's gonna continue to happen. This is a problem that's been popping up a lot lately, but this was by far the worst iteration of that. I've been upset, I've thrown a tantrum. Little Red Vine threw a tantrum. That's my hoodie. We gonna show you what we did have. We did get most of the beginning of the beat, most of what is the bulk of the beat. Well, I can't even say the bulk. From looking at the footage, it looked like we got everything all the way up until when I started to incorporate the bass line for the main structure of the part. There's a second section that is missing, so you won't see that. But the beat is finished, the beat is done, it is mixed, it is arranged, so you at least hear the finished product of it. But you won't get to see the creative process of how the rest of the beat happened, unfortunately. But that's technology. That's what happens. Sometimes things happen and we don't know what it is. Some days the robots win. We're gonna figure it out. You know, me and Rev Vine will try to figure out what's going on, if it's the laptop itself, if it's the program that I'm using and whatnot. We wanna continue to give you guys the content that we know we are capable of giving you without any complications. So, my apologies once again for those of you who wanted to see more of the creative process, but something dope did come out of it. Thanks again to DJ Khalil for the incredible drum sounds. I most definitely will be using those drum sounds on future things as well. And the track came out dope. I'm really happy with it. You know, the idea of getting to use Roger Troutman's vocal stylings, and even those drums, you know, which are somewhat layered but still serve a purpose in the track, came out really dope. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you guys continue to tune in. Subscribe to the Roots YouTube page if you want to continue to not only support us. The more subscribers we get, the more that we're able to up the ante on the kind of content that we want to give you. We're working really hard to give you great content as is, but it could be that much better if you guys continue to support and subscribe and like and comment on the content that we supply on a weekly basis. On behalf of myself, Little Red Vine, the whole Roots crew, we thank you guys for watching and hope you guys stay safe. I'm gonna play this beat and I'm gonna let Martin and Gina do a dance battle to it. Peace.
say, all the glory goes to God, because only God can make something last that long, And that wasn't my intent when I made the record. I was sitting, I didn't even have any words. I put the song together, and I was trying to balance my checkbook. It wasn't coming out right. It was a Friday, so I said, just let it bounce, and that's
what's up.
Let the check bounce and go, bounce and go.